Coach, just the thoughts and impressions over this win today, and this is a Bucknell team that really came out pretty strong at y'all to start with.
No, I mean, everybody's going to come out strong. I mean, you're playing everybody. You know, all teams you're going to play are teams that are competing and want to try to do their best. So you can't walk into any type of game and think, oh, it's going to be an easy win. I mean, that's not what good teams do. You know, we knew from watching Bucknell on tape that they really like to try to dictate the tempo of a game. Uh, you know, they got 42 shots up against us. They got 43 shots in their last game. They don't go to the offensive glass because they're trying to make sure they can get back on defense and make you have to play 5-on-5. And I've got a lot of respect for them. So, you know, we did a really nice job of trying to force the tempo of the game, trying to get a little faster. And I think it worked for us at times. But there are some things that we definitely have to continue to work on. You know, one of those is just defensive communication, making sure we come foot to foot on switches and we don't get lazy and allow people to cut. But overall, was really pleased with the progress that we continue to make.
Were you surprised at all on Henny's 3-point prowess?
No, I mean that's she has made some in practice. You know what I was more pleased off? I thought she actually defended much better than what she's done in the past. You know that's one of the challenges for all of them. You know you're looking at so many of our players that came in as transfers were the best offensive players on their team. Well, the problem is when you play three or four of them at the same time. Well, if they were the worst defensive player on the team, now I've got three or four of the worst defensive players on one team on the floor at the same time. So that's a lesson that they're all kind of learning. It's like, guys, I don't have anybody to cover up for you if I've got y'all out there at the same time. So you've got to actually buy into this and want to get better, and they have. So at times it's just making them aware of the situations that are out there. And I thought Henny did a much better job trying to compete at the defensive end of the floor for us.
King for them came out and had a really hot hand against you all early on. Just talk about trying to stop her and eventually doing so.
Well, we just had some breakdowns again. Starting the game, we had some breakdowns. We helped off of her. We weren't supposed to help off. We talked about not helping on baseline drives because they're really not looking to shoot a layup and score. They're trying to get you to help in and kick for a three. And we sucked in and they kicked. I mean, she had 11 of their first 15. And then we finally realized, okay, we should probably stop doing that. And then it made things a little bit better for us.
I guess it's just you and me here.
There you go.
When you take a look at this game, what are some of the things that you and the team will work on as you prepare for the next one? Some of the things that you weren't really too pleased with today. Some of the things you really want to stress from today.
Well, I think partly it's just the communication at the defensive end of the floor. We're a better 3-point shooting team than what we've shown the first 4 games. I see it in practice, so I know that. So I'm not as much concerned about that. I'd be more concerned if we didn't make them in practice. Then I'd be like, well, we aren't going to make them in games either. But it's just a matter of seeing a few go in, I think, for us. But defensively, we've just got to become a better off-ball defensive team. We're standing too much. We're flat-footed. We're reacting to everything after the fact. We've got to make sure we're bouncing, we're moving. As I like to say, when the ball's in the air, our feet have to be in the air. And too many times the pass is made, we'll turn and watch to see where the pass is going, and then we'll react after the fact, and it's too late. So, just small things like that. We're knock on wood. I mean, we're shooting our free throws extremely well through 4 games. So hopefully we can continue to keep that going. And yeah, I mean it's a fun group to coach. It's a fun group to coach. I mean, we're not going to go 40-0. I'm not anticipating that, but I do anticipate a group that's always going to come out and compete. We're going to fight, and we're getting better and better each day at understanding defensive concepts and how hard we have to play in order to hopefully get the results that we want.
When he comes in, she seems to be such a momentum changer. When she gets in the game, she gets everybody fired up, and she's just going basket to basket, full out.
No, she is. I mean, she had 4 steals tonight. She goes 8 of 8 from the free throw line. Really excited for. I mean, she should have been 2 for 4, but she hit the underneath of the basket, which I haven't seen in a long time. But it's a first for all. On a great pass for me. You know, it's one of the things I always say. It's like, you know, guards. Like it's hard to get a bunch of assists as a post because you're counting on guards making threes normally, inside out for a 3, where a guard's throwing it into a post, who's making a post move, and hopefully it's a drop step layup. Well, he threw a really nice drop pass to her, and she must not know where she was and threw that thing up there. But she plays so hard. I've just got to continue to keep her, you know, staying positive and at the defensive end of the floor. She can't lunge and reach all the time. You've just got to pick your times when you think you can get a steal, because when she's in good defensive position, it's really hard to score on her with her length.
What changed in that second quarter to make y'all go to help y'all go on that 11-0 run?
Well, we finally started to reverse the basketball. We made them guard from side to side, which was important. At times, you know, against a team like Bucknell, who's really going to do a good job of getting into the paint and jamming things up, if you keep the ball on one side of the floor, it's playing into their hand. You know, you've got to reverse it, make them go from weak side to ball side, and make ball side go to weak side. And then, you know, a few times we finally threw top in. You know, they were doubling in the post. It's hard to double when the post entry pass comes from the top. So we did that a few times and had some success. And then defensively, we did a much better job there in that second quarter.
Just like to help prepare y'all for the game. Like y'all had crashed the boards well offensively. There's a lot of 50-50 balls that people dove on the floor to get. So how intense is practice to help y'all to play like y'all did today?
Yeah, no, it's intense. I mean, we aren't going for 3 or 4 hours. We're normally out there for 2 hours, 2.5 at tops, but we go hard for those 2 hours. We have our toughness drills that we run because you've got to be willing to get on the floor. You got to get the 50-50 balls. If you want to be a championship quality team, you've got to get 50-50 balls. You've got to figure out a way to make plays that win games. And as we continue, I'm watching our kids dive on the floor. I'm watching them start now to put a body on people and keeping them off the glass. Those are things we're going to have to continue to work on and continue to stress. All right, everybody, I appreciate it. Thank you. Tough day for the Steelers, too.